All right, y'all. So tonight we're talking about sponsoring, and I just have a quick intro on both of these girls that are going to be talking tonight. We have newly promoted director Mindy Hilton, and on director watch, whether she likes it or not, Emily Smith. I know it makes you nervous, so we're all rooting for you. Both of these girls have sponsored between them 40 people since they have joined. They are both in their first year of Scentsy. They have not even been doing this a year yet. And something else that I think is really, really important to focus on is they have both always been paid at title every single month that they are a leader. It's very, very important. So yeah, I'm ready to take all the notes. I hope everyone here has a pen and notebook. I do. Take all the notes. And I didn't care who went first, but they were very insistent on me picking someone. So I just said alphabetical order. So Emily, you're up first. So she's going to tell us all the things sponsoring, all the things. So yeah, go ahead, girl.
Well, hi guys. I'm really excited and nervous and excited and nervous. I am Emily Smith, and if for those of you who don't know me, I am a superstar consultant on the Butterfly Kisses team under Nikki. Nikki Mayhew is my friend, sponsor, director, star director. And I joined just under a year ago. I think November 7th is my 1-year Scentiversary. So yay, that's exciting. It's been a crazy year. I will definitely say that I joined on a whim. I had a party. I ordered my first mini warmer. I plugged that sucker in and I was like, yep, now I need 50 of them. So Nikki, of course, you know, being the sponsoring guru that she is, reached out and it stuck with me ever since. She just very nonchalantly asked me, or just mentioned, she's like, hey, you know, if you joined, you would have made $20 off of that order. And I was like, okay. The bargain shopper in me was instantly like, yes, I need to do this just so I can save some money. COVID had been going on for a few months and my job situation had changed. I wasn't making financially what I had made before. I was making about half the amount of money. But honestly, money wasn't even on my mind when I joined. I never thought that I would have like an actual real paycheck from Scentsy. I was just thinking I'd get a little kickback here and there. Yeah, joining during the pandemic, it was a great distraction for me. I'm a very social person and I really missed seeing everybody and talking to people and making connections. And I think that is one of the best and biggest parts of my business personally is I love going live. And I know people are going to be like, she's so weird. Why would you say that? How do you feel that way? I love it. I do. I love going on. I love sharing my crazy family. If you've ever seen one of my lives, I guarantee you someone's pooping or making a mess or I have to yell at a kid or a dog in the background. Like, I just love showing that real side of life and that I'm a real person. So for me, it's like therapy. It is like therapy. It's so nice to go on and just talk to people and share what I'm doing, share the things that I love. I like to say that I don't sell it, I share it. And that's a big one for me is I don't ever want to come across as salesy. And I don't want to like shove Scentsy down anyone's throat. So I like to find fun little ways to plant seeds. I like to find fun little ways to share Scentsy with friends and family. Gifts are a great way to introduce it to people who haven't tried before. I will definitely say that. I didn't ever plan on building a team, but one thing led to another. And I've talked with Mindy and Shonda and Nikki and Katrina all about this many times. I was like, I'm not going to be a director. Like, nope, not going to do that. Like, it's too scary. That's like a big scary thing. And I don't know what changed for me, but all of a sudden over the summer, I kept hearing our leaders saying things like, do big and scary things. And having sponsoring conversations and booking party conversations can be really scary. And that was the side of my business that I was most afraid of, that and technology. And I'm just really trying to embrace all the things that make me uncomfortable, because when you're uncomfortable, that's when you're growing. So I've realized by putting up this picture on my fridge, it's right next to me actually. I did this at the very beginning of the incentive period, and I've had it on my refrigerator every single day. And it says, I will earn the Scentsy Alaska cruise incentive trip because I can do big and scary things. And then I signed my little name. So I hold myself accountable, and I literally see it every morning. And it reminds me that I can do big and scary things. And I share that with my team all the time. So I guess to get back to sponsoring, I offer the opportunity to everyone. And I think of it as an opportunity because, yeah, put your goals where you can see them, you know, have them like right in your face every single day, just a reminder, you know, to do those things that you don't want to, that you're maybe uncomfortable doing. But there's a space for everyone on my team. I offer it up like French fries. I used to, when I first started, word vomit on everyone. And I would be like, you should join my team. And this is why you should join my team. And you're going to get this, this, and this. And then I realized that's me totally like making it about me. And so I don't do that anymore, ever at all. And the second you start to say, join my team, just put your hand over your mouth and don't say that. Trying to think about how this business could benefit or bless somebody else has been like the biggest game changer for me. And sometimes it's not, sorry, Isla's in the background. She's about to do a bath. Sometimes it's not about, everything okay? We're good. It's not about what a giant change it could be in someone's life. Even it's just like, this could just be a distraction from daily life, or this could just be something fun for someone. Maybe people just like Scentsy and they just want to like buy a whole bunch of it and get paid off their orders. I have hobbyists on my team. I have hustlers on my team. There's a place for everybody on my team. I'm not going to ever prejudge anyone. I used to think about it, you know, before I would offer it, well, is this person really they're really going to sell a whole bunch? You know, I don't know if this person will do this, that, or the other thing. And then I, you know, had heard some more trainings in these leadership groups. And basically it's like, don't prejudge anybody. You don't know what that person's going to do. Nikki didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know what any of the people on my team were going to do. And basically they're all going to do what's right for them. And you just need to be there to support. Yeah. I'll be right out. Okay. Go get your coat. Yeah, sorry guys. Isla's, it's almost bedtime. She has a little procedure in the morning, so we're working on getting her to bed here shortly. So I won't keep you all too long. But now that I got distracted, I guess I wrote down next, why do we sponsor? And the reasons why are to A, offer the opportunity, B, to grow your team. When you grow your team, you're growing your business, and eventually you will be growing your paycheck, as long as you are helping your team. So when you sponsor, I think it's really important to find your style. And that's, like I said, when things really changed for me, is when I figured out what was my style. How was I going to approach these situations, these conversations? How was I going to start these conversations? And what really works well for me is looking for those green flags. So when somebody says something like, I'm obsessed, instantly in my head, I'm like, okay, we need to party. I can't stop ordering. Okay, then we need to sign you up as a consultant, so you're paid off of your orders. When people are like, I can't wait to order again, you know, then these are all green flags. The second somebody tells me that they love their stuff and they can't wait to order, I instantly am like, let's book a party. So I would say trying to be more cognizant of the things that people are saying to you. Try to read between the lines, because that could be your opening, that one little thing that they just said. And once I started jumping on that, I started booking way more parties. It was almost effortless just to ask. You can always just ask a question. Don't be afraid of someone saying no. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. So just ask the questions, get your foot in the door, and make it simple. Like, hey, have you ever had a Scentsy party? You don't have to go into a whole big thing. Don't have to give them any details. Just, have you ever had a party? Or have you ever thought about joining? Have you ever thought about selling Scentsy? You know, I know you love the products. One of my girls, one of my best customers, has been buying from me since the beginning. And she spends a lot of money on Scentsy. And when you have a customer who has a big wish list or lots of things that they want, maybe they've already had a party, you can offer anybody that personal shopping link. It's so awesome because once they start earning rewards, they instantly have access to the host exclusive join kit. They don't even have to have a party and they can still have access to that kit. So I just offered that to my girl today and I've been asking her for a while. So when someone says no to you, it's okay if they say no. It's okay if they say no a few times, as long as you're not shoving it down their throat. You just like every once in a while, like, hey, you still could be making all that money back off your orders. Today, she finally said, okay, fine, let's do it. I was like, this is your personal shopping link. You did all the work on it. I said, so how about you take that host exclusive join kit, you get your blanket, you get your coffee mug, all your rewards, and then I flip your party to you, your shopping link to you. So you earn back on all of the orders you made in October. And so that sealed the deal for her. And it was easy. It was effortless. The more you do it, the easier it gets. And when you know in your heart that you're offering up a genuine opportunity for someone to even just make money back on their orders, I just feel like, why wouldn't you do that? So offer that kit to everyone, offer it up like it's just a side of fries. I remember Mindy was at the beach and I don't remember if it was this summer. You went live one time and you went live lots of times, but this one time stuck in my head because you had your shades on and you were like, I just told my friend, like, I just offer it up to them. Like, yeah, why wouldn't you buy that shirt? Do you remember this one now? You were like, why wouldn't you buy this shirt? Yeah, it's like, it's no big deal. Like, duh, you should definitely do that. And I think also sharing your successes is so important. When you start to share that how much you love your business, how your business blesses your life, and you share those PRV cards that you get in the mail from your wonderful director, upline directors, all the people that are celebrating you, share that because people want to know that they're going to be a part of something where they're celebrated and they're appreciated and they're respected. That's one of my favorite parts about being a leader is being able to do that for my team. I genuinely would rather celebrate all of their successes than mine. Bring your friends, invite your friends. Everything's more fun with friends, right, guys? And don't prejudge. Offer it to everybody. You never know who might need a little extra money for Christmas this year. This is a great time of year to be offering that opportunity. You never know who's struggling. A lot of people keep that inside and they don't share that with other people. You don't know if they're struggling to make ends meet or trying to just save up for something or pay off some student loans. You don't know people's reasons why they might want to join. So offering it up either way, I think is great. And then once they do join, be there for them. Help to set people up for success. Don't just sponsor somebody and leave them alone and not give them the tools. Make sure you let them know, like give them some goals, let them know about Shooting Star, let them know about getting certified, how quickly they want to do that so they get that raise. Let them know about Sensational Start. Those are all really big goals. Those are really awesome things. And you want to be cheering them on and helping them to get there. So coach them, do trainings, recommend trainings, things that have been helpful to you on your journey, and then find out what they want from their business and help them succeed, help them remember their why and talk about it. And it's something that I saw Chloe had said the other day. And it was a quote from Orville, and it was know the way, go the way, know the way, show the way, and go the way. And I really liked that. And so that's something that kind of has been playing over in my mind a little bit too. So if you decide at some point that you want to try to grow your team, I think just try to have those conversations as naturally as possible. The more connections you can make in your business while you're working your business, really help. I have made so many friends, people who now feel like family to me throughout this last year. And actually I just found out that one of my newest teamies, she's a family member of mine, and I never would have met her if it wasn't for a Scentsy party I threw for somebody at the very beginning of the year. It was so crazy. She and I met through a Scentsy party. She ordered, we became friends. We've always said it felt like we've known each other forever, and now I find out she's my cousin. So just totally crazy, the connections that you can build with this business, the places you can go, Alaska, you know, do all the things, do it scared, do it for you, do it for other people. And then for the love of God, if you decide to be a leader and step up for your team. And then if you decide you can't do that, it's okay. And you can always step down from that role. So I think that's all I had to say. I am so excited to hear from Mindy now too. And thanks guys for listening. Let me know if you have questions on anything, okay?
All right, Mindy, you're up. I'm so excited. When she's done, we'll get to the questions that are in the chat box. So yeah, if you
Emily,
guys have any questions, just put them in the chat.
That was awesome, Emily. Thank you so much. I feel inspired. Yeah, future director, like probably this month for sure. Okay, so with sponsoring, I would say that honestly, that was, I'm gonna say was probably the most scariest thing for me about this business was asking people to join, because talking about that is what felt the most uncomfortable to me. You know, it took a while for me to feel comfortable, like posting pictures, even on Instagram and Facebook, but talking about sponsoring just didn't feel natural to me yet. So I really didn't focus on it too much in the beginning because I wasn't there yet. You know, and then trying to book parties and trying to reach out to people and get them to do parties, you know, that took a while to feel natural too. But I kept hearing people in our upline say things like, it's not up to you to decide for somebody. And they were talking about sponsoring specifically, asking about somebody to join. But like I said, it just didn't feel right. So I went about that with parties. Well, it's not up to me to decide if somebody wants to party or not. I need to stop prejudging people on if they want to party or not and just ask everybody. I would prejudge who I thought wanted to party, and then I would prejudge how I thought the party was going to go. Oh, I know this person's going to have an amazing party, or I don't know about if this party's going to do too well. I would prejudge it. I've learned not to do that because some people surprise you both ways. So that was very successful for me. Just asking everybody to party, and talking about it with everyone and offering it to everybody. It went over very well. And at a point, it was almost like too much. It was almost too many parties at one point, but I've learned how to manage it and move on. So with that aspect of you're not allowed to decide for somebody, it's not up to you if they want to do it or not. Since that aspect was going so well in terms of partying, I thought, you know what the heck, let's just try it. Let's just try it with asking people to join and talking to people about joining and talking to people about, you know, you can do this just to make money back for yourself, or you can do it to really bring in an income. And for a while, I still really prejudged a lot of people. I'm not gonna lie. Like this person's probably not gonna be interested. I'm not gonna ask them. Or, oh, this person might be interested, so I'll ask her. And, you know, then I just decided to really just go for it and do it all the time, because I realized that it's never gonna get easier the less I continue to do it. If I'm only doing it once in a while, every now and then, it's never going to improve. It's never going to get better. It's never going to get easier. It's never going to feel more natural to talk about sponsoring. And I don't want the sponsoring conversation to be something big and scary and weird, and that makes me feel strange and uncomfortable and like nervous about. When it comes to asking somebody at a party, I honestly don't even think twice about it now. I'm at a point where I don't think twice about it. I messaged 22 people the other day about partying, and I messaged them and I moved on with my life. It was like folding my socks or matching my socks or whatever. It was just all in a day's work. I need to ask some people to party. Now let's move on with my life. And I want sponsoring to be the same way. So because I decided to stop prejudging people, because I decided to talk to as many people as I can about it, it is starting to follow suit with how the process went with partying. And it is starting to show itself as being just as successful as when I did that with partying. And I still sometimes will, get a few people and I'm like, oh, they're going to rock it, or, oh, I don't know how they're going to do. And again, they surprise me one way or the other. But you know what? I surprised myself with Scentsy when Katrina was like, you have to do $200 once a month every year. I was like, you're out of your mind. Like, that's never going to happen. And my husband will kill me if I spend $200 in 1 month on Scentsy. Like, I'm never doing that. And then I had somebody join and she was like, okay, $200 every 4 months. I was like, she is a lunatic. That's just never happening. But I surprised myself, and I'm sure, surprised her and impressed her as well. And that, every day, what I decide to do is not up to Katrina, it's up to me and what I decide to do. And what my team and the people on my team decide to do every day, it's not up to me, it's up to them. I like to be there for them, and I like to motivate them. And I like to know that on their best day and on their worst day, and after they've done nothing for 100 days, I will be their biggest cheerleader. I will always be there for you, and I will always support you, and I will always help you out and hype you up and be what you need when you need it. But it's up to them to decide. Some people are just scared. I was terrified of this opportunity. I was not interested. I was terrified. I thought, well, how long has Scentsy even been around? The people who've been doing it and are successful have been doing it for forever. I was like, there's no way that this is going to be anything. But Katrina took a chance on me. She did not prejudge me. She offered it to me because I was consistently buying my little 3-packs of Hug in a Mug every 2 weeks. She was like, this is ridiculous. And here's the thing is that what I tried to do with sponsoring is what Katrina did with me. And I loved it. Yeah, I didn't know Katrina either. I randomly texted her because I found her a sample in a spouses club thing. And I was like, are you Katrina Anderson? It was probably kind of creepy. I was like, I swear I'm not a weirdo. But she was very nonchalant about it. Like, first she got me to do a party, and my party was horrendous. Like, probably comparable to some of your worst parties. Might fall into that category. But then she just like didn't give up on me. Maybe she liked me as a person. I don't know. But it just was like, you just try it. Like, just try it. If you don't like it, nothing happens, then you just stop. But it's ridiculous. You keep buying every 2 weeks and you could be getting paid. And I was like, you know what? Every single time for the past 5 years that Target has done, spend $100 on diapers, wipes, formula, whatever, get a $30 gift card back. I run to Target every single time and take advantage of that opportunity. Why would I not do it with every other company that I could? This is that, guys. This is the same thing. This is go to Target and spend $100 on diapers and wipes and get a $30 gift card back. This is that. This is the same thing. And sometimes I have noticed that when I break it down like that in something more relatable to people, it clicks a little bit better with them. The Target, $30. Sometimes it's 25, but if it's 30, but that's the same thing as like you get a raise to 25%. Well, yeah, I want 25% back on what I buy from everywhere. Literally, imagine if everywhere did that. If everywhere paid you back 25% on what you bought. That is like, to me, a no-brainer. And so when I am talking to people about sponsoring, I try honestly to not even talk about Scentsy almost. I try to talk about it to them in a relatable way that they will understand. Like, imagine if Starbucks gave you, whatever, 25 cents back every time you went. What? Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. Yeah, exactly. This is that. This is the same thing. I try to keep it low key. I try to not give them too much information. Honestly, I always start with, you could be getting paid back on this though, right? That's it. Let them take it from there. They will either say, what, really? I didn't know that. Tell me more. Or they'll say, oh, that's cool. And you guys are smart. Like, you guys know when the cues are happening. And if you don't, and if you're not sure if it's the cue or not, screenshot it and send it to your sponsor, send it to me, send it to somebody you trust and be like, is this a cue? Should I pick up on this? Should I offer to it? Like, everybody on this team is just so insanely helpful. I've had people respond to my messages at like 1:00 in the morning. Sometimes, usually it's Nikki because she's up, but for me, I loved how low key Katrina was with me. She didn't pressure me. I didn't feel pressured to join. It was totally my decision. And that's what I want for the people who I talk to Scentsy about as well. I try to talk to as many people as possible. I try to pick up on all of the cues of, oh my gosh, I love this. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. Oh my gosh, I need it all. Oh my gosh, I'm going to go broke. If you're commenting back, I know, right? So cute, right? OMG, me too, right? Love it, right? You just missed an opportunity. You missed an opportunity, 1, for sponsoring. You missed an opportunity, 2, for Scentsy Club. You missed an opportunity, 3, for hosting a party. You missed all of those opportunities by not adding something. OMG, I love my hero. It's so good. Oh my gosh, me too. You need to get that in your Scentsy Club like yesterday. My what? Girl, what do you mean what? Your Scentsy Club. And then there you go. The door is open. Oh my gosh, I want it all. Girl, let me tell you, you can get it all and you can get paid back on it and you can get free products along with it. Wait, what? Yeah, let me tell you. Boom, 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 boom. I do not do scripts. I don't have something off to the side where I look and I see my party script and my join script and my this script and my that script, because I have been sent scripts and I know when I have been sent one and I say, they have sent this to 7 other people today. This is not real. This doesn't sound real. This is not personal to me. I don't feel like an individual and I'm not interested. Thanks. I have like a general points that I hit every now and then when I'm talking to people about certain things, but I don't have a script for sponsoring. I always try to relate it to something personal. And I always try to make it in a way, I always try to offer it in a way that's going to benefit them. If somebody's talking to me about having to go through a divorce, okay, I know that they need to hear about the money aspect of Scentsy. If someone is talking to me about having high anxiety, then I know that they need to hear about the way that Scentsy helps my anxiety. When I'm nervous or anxious or feeling overwhelmed, when I'm having days where I'm feeling just completely overwhelmed, I start making samples because that just it just refocuses me and it calms me down and it helps me just feel better and like do something with my hands. And it's a little crafty and a little artistic. And in that moment, for me, Scentsy is not about the money. In that moment, for me, Scentsy is therapeutic. If somebody's talking to you about how they're so overwhelmed and they're so stressed out and this and that, oh my gosh, I totally get it. That's why a lot of the times at night, like I like that I can just like lay on the couch and watch a show and like work on some Scentsy parties and get some things done. Like Scentsy, it's just really calming for me. What do you do? Boy, how do you mean that it's calming? Oh my gosh, girl, let me tell you. I can like organize my stuff. I can make samples. I can work on parties. Like if I'm scheduling posts for my team page or my VIP page, it just really helps me to decompress. That's something that they want to hear versus like this and that and hustle and blah, 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 blah. No, they want to hear how it's really going to help them. Are they going through something where they need the money? Then you need to talk about the money. They want to hear, how much did you get paid last month? Well, let me tell you how much I got paid last month and you're going to like it. And I can help you get there. Let's do it. If they're talking about something else, you've got to work on hearing how they need it. And you guys, how they need Scentsy might be different than how you need Scentsy. You know, the biggest for me is financial and emotional. But in other ways, you know, like in terms of like, well, I mean, I guess I like connections and meeting people and this and that and blah, blah, blah. But I like to meet a lot of people everywhere that I go. Some people need to join Scentsy because they feel like they need friends. They need a unit or whatever. So you need to talk about that with them. You've got to find what they need to hear, and that's what you need to focus on. That's what will make them feel like they can trust you. And that's what will make them feel like you will help them and be there and support them. And then you've got to do that. You've got to, I don't believe in like doing everything for somebody, but I do believe in holding somebody's hand to help them along the way. You know, I was just teaching my students tonight and they're working on handstands. Okay. And they're little. And I said to the girls, they're like 7 and 8. I said, is it my job to bear hug your legs and hold you up off the ground so that you don't fall? They said, no. I said, you're right. That's your job. You have to hold yourself off the ground. My job is to catch your legs so you don't fall over. Okay. Your job, once you become a leader, is not to bear hug them and squeeze them and hold them up completely. Your job is to, you know, catch them when they're falling, hold them up so they don't fall, but you don't, you know, bear hug them like that. That's kind of what I believe in. But anyway, I squirreled, as Katrina would say. And thank you. Anyway, I like trying to compare Scentsy to like real life things. I think that it's helpful. Anyway, the biggest thing that I have learned with Scentsy as a whole, and it's because I started with asking people to party and now it's what I'm doing, asking people to sponsor, really is to stop prejudging people, number one. And number two, the more you do it, the less weird it feels. I'm at a point now where like before it was like at a 10 out of 10. It felt really weird and it felt really fake and it felt really strange to ask people to party. And now I'd say that's probably down to like a 3 or 4. Yeah, it's still weird sometimes, but I'm going to keep on doing it until it's like partying. Oh, I asked 22 people to join today. Time to go cook dinner. The end, you know? I want it to be, for me to feel not as strange. And so I know that the more I keep doing it, the more natural it's going to be and the better at it I'm going to become. There's always room for growth and the better at it I'm going to become. And that's really it. Just go talk to some people. And if you don't know who to start with, just start with whoever's hosting a party for you right now, or your most consistent, loyal customer. If you haven't asked your number one customer yet, that is your challenge for absolutely right now today, after this meeting, You need to go ask your number one most loyal customer. Not ask, tell them about it. Hey, I just want to let you know. What are we doing? Are we going to start getting paid back on your purchases or what? Because come on. It's like Katrina said to me. Katrina was like, stop buying from me. She yelled at me in a text, all caps. Stop buying from me. You are joining. I was like, yes, ma'am. Okay. You're right. I am. Okay. I'll stop. And then I snuck like one more in there. She was like, you're done. Maybe try that approach. Listen, I don't want you to buy from me anymore because you need to start buying from yourself. Let's get you going. Okay. So good luck. I will do it too. I will message one of my best customers and we'll see how it goes. You never know. One of us might get somebody tonight. Okay. I will open it back up to Katrina and she can ask all the questions that are in the chat.
Yay, that was so good. I have so many notes from both of you guys. And what I feel like one of the biggest takeaways that I personally just took away from this was that you guys basically said the same thing, but you said it differently. So I hope that it clicked. If like Emily said it and then Mindy said it and it just clicked for you, or maybe Emily said it a different way. I just like, seriously, and it just goes to show, I know Nikki and I and Whitney have said this all the time. Sometimes it takes like the 5th or 6th or 7th time hearing something for it to click with you. And I feel like Whitney's gonna be very proud to hear this moment. I used to always say, like, I'm very transparent with you guys. I feel like I just got lucky with my 20 frontline. I really didn't ask them. But Mindy kind of like opened my eyes to it. I was very authentic with her. I didn't really ask her. I was just like, girl, you're ordering like every 2 weeks. You're paying way too much in shipping. And she was local to me too. I could have been getting her shipping for her. And I was just like, you're spending too much. Like, what are you doing? So I think because for me, I never really ever said like, hey, do you want to join? I think that that's why I think when it's so authentic and so smooth, it doesn't feel like you're actually asking people. And that's why I've always been like, well, I didn't really ask them to join. Like one of my frontline, hell, I threatened her. Jen, she won, what was it, Jen? You won $500 on a scratch off ticket. And I literally texted her when she told me, for me to be excited for her, I said, if you don't reinvest $100 of that into yourself and join Scentsy, I was like, I'm going to drive down to Florida and kick your ass. And she did, she joined. She see, she's on here too. So like, but I really feel like after listening to y'all, but especially with Mindy talking about how I asked her to join, I'm like, okay, maybe I didn't get lucky. Maybe I was just as authentic as I could have been, where it didn't feel like asking in those situations. But I really loved, and there was really only one question in the chat, and it was, how do you ask those people? And you both kind of covered that with how you just, it's an actual conversation. We're not cold messaging people. We're not cold messaging people. And if you have the Amy app, which everyone in here should have the Amy app, at least the free version. I mean, why not? You can go to your contacts in there and you can see, you can put your contacts in order by dollar amount most purchased or least purchased, most amount of orders. So like you can go do that and find the person who has spent the most money with you. You should be asking that person like, hey, why aren't you getting paid back on this? The person who has spent the most, the person who has not, so the person who's ordered the most. I have a customer who orders from me at least 3 to 4 times every single month. And I was just telling Nikki today, not only I have planted a whole damn garden with this girl. She'll eventually join because I ask her all the time and I'm like, girl, I added up every month. I send her the little image of like, you could have been paid this much off of this purchase. And I'm like, you need to keep those and just add them up, because how much money would you have made that just this month alone? So find the people. I 100% agree. find the people that are spending the most money with you, who are ordering more than once a month from you. Find the people who are ordering every single month habitually with you, the people that know when our catalogs come out and they say, when's my party? Where you don't even have to ask them what, like if they want to do a party, they know the catalog's coming, right? So both of you guys just opened my eyes to a lot of stuff tonight. So, and it makes me feel a little bit more confident in my sponsoring. And if you guys listen to me ever, which I hope some of you do, but one of the things that I preach to you guys is I want you to be confident. Be confident in whatever skill it is that you're wanting to be better at before you move on to the next skill. Like I want you to be so confident in PRV that it just comes natural to you. And it's like Mindy was saying, she asked so many people to party that it's just became second nature to her. She always offers a party. And now she wants to be more confident in sponsoring. She's going to ask people until it becomes second nature. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing with social sharing and sharing how, like Emily said, share how this business is changing your life. Even if it's not changing your life, even if you just got to go get coffee and you didn't have to spend your family money on it. You know, if you got to stay home or your kid is sick and you're just thankful that you didn't have to beg a boss to stay home because your kid's sick. I mean, I've been very fortunate to be a stay-at-home mom that I don't know what that experience is like, but I've heard from friends before, and that's awful to have to get permission to be able to stay home with your kid because they're sick. Like, find those people that are going through those things and have those conversations. So I'm going to stop the recording. And if anybody has any questions, you can type them in the chat.